of the impact of the new crown epidemic on Taiwan industries. 1. Abstract. In 2020, the global economy will be greatly affected by the new crown pneumonia COVID-19 epidemic. The global business layout of Taiwan's textile industry has been handled, and the international production bases are facing the closure of factories due to the epidemic. Digital transformation to guide the supply chain to expand the international market with digital marketing jointly continue to grow Taiwan's economy. 2. Introduction. The new crown pneumonia epidemic broke out rapidly in Taiwan in May 2021. It is even more difficult for the national central government to control the epidemic. Whether the number of infections can be predicted in the future and whether the virus will continue to mutate is unknown, which is a severe test for Taiwan. 1. Research motivation. However, the outbreak of epidemic has not only affected the service industry immediately, but also the manufacturing industry, which is related to Taiwan's export and economic performance. It has. 2. Research cautions. In order to understand the impact of the epidemic on Taiwan's industry and the need for government assistance, so as to provide timely reference for relevant government agencies. 3. Research methods. The questionnaire survey was conducted from May 28 to June 9 and received enthusiastic response. A total of 821 valid questionnaires were recovered, covering industries ranging from semiconductor manufacturing to textile industries and other traditional industries. And the scale also includes multinational companies to small and micro local enterprise. It has considerable representativeness and reference value. Questionnaire survey results. A. How are manufacturers affected by the domestic new crown pneumonia epidemic? Note, a total of 821 valid questionnaires were returned, which a total of 6 options, which can be checked. A. More than 60% of the respondents indicated that decrease in orders and decrease in profit. B. 57% of companies said that employees cannot go to work as usual, and another 20% believe that production line shutdown affected operations. C. Half of the operators suffer from lack of materials. D. Rise in raw materials, shortage of containers, and lack of labor have affected industrial operations. E. What matters do manufacturers urgently need government assistance for? Note, a total of 821 valid questionnaires were returned with a total of 9 options, which can be checked. A. Items that the industry most hope for government assistance. The top 3 items that industry companies report most in need of government assistance are vacant administration, business tax relief, and employee wage subsidy. B. There is a high consequence in the industry to increase vacant administration. It is hoped that the vaccination of the whole people will become complete as soon as possible. C. Industrial relief package. Regarding industrial relief, business tax relief, and the employee wage subsidy, and the relief measures most needed for the industry. More than 60% of the surveyed companies hope to get government assistance, which is much higher than interest subsidy, loan extension, increased financing limit, and another options. 4. Research and discussion. Taiwan is unable to operate normally due to the speed of the epidemic, which will have serious consequences for China's export industry and the economy. 1. Complete vacant procurement and administration as soon as possible, and establish industrial epidemic prevention SOP. Whether Taiwan's semiconductor or other key components and other industry affect the operation of the global supply chain. Ensuring the normal operation of the industry is an issue at the national strategic level. 2. Provide industrial relief assistance to the manufacturing industry as soon as possible. Regarding this epidemic, the larger electrical and electronic and semiconductor industries are more concerned about the progress of vacant administration, and the smaller traditional industry are more concerned about the bailout issue. Difficult resource. 3. All things are rising. The government should stabilize price. Mainland China's latest producer price index rose by 9% compared with the same period last year, the fastest growth rate in 13 years, which is miserable for the manufacturing industry. 4. Assist in solving the problem of manpower shortage. In response to increase of employees who are delivered to work and take care leave for epidemic prevention, the limit on the total number of overtime hours per month and quarter should be temporarily reduced to maintain the normal operation of the production line. 5. Considerations and interpretations. Considering the administration of vacant has become a major consequence across industry, it is very important to administer vacant to all people or to industrial nations. To administer vacant as soon as possible. It is worth noting that 83.8% of the industry respondents in the same part ranked vacant administration as the first place, and 43% of the industry operators agreed with the opening of self-imposed vacant administration, which is much higher than the average. This is a more urgent need for interpersonal mobility and nutrient recruitment, so there is a high willingness to be vaccinated. Taiwan's textile industry is facing tremendous pressure from the visit of Europe and American markets, and immediately demonstrates its industrial strength. It has adjusted its existing production lines and transferred its manpower to epidemic prevention tactical to below the epidemic situation. Report complete.